Hey guys, what's going on? It's Andrew from AR Media, and tonight's video I want to review Hostiles on 4K UHD Blu-ray. I give this a watch over the weekend. I want to go over the movie itself, the picture quality, the audio quality, if it's worth the day one pickup. Let's get to it. So I gave Hostiles a watch this weekend, so let's go over the movie briefly first. So this is a Western, and I'm not the biggest fan of Westerns, and that may be why this movie didn't resonate with me so much. Now, I wasn't the biggest fan of this movie. It was a bit slow in my eyes, but if you're a fan of Westerns, you may like this. And one thing I want to say right off the bat is in the first 10 to 15 minutes, you will see that this is a very gruesome and disturbing story at its heart, and you will know within the first 10 or 15 minutes if you'll be able to make it through that story. But if you can, you may like it if you're into Westerns. Overall, it was a decent Western though, and if you're a fan of Western movies itself, you may like this one a bit more, especially considering the all-star cast. Now let's get to the picture quality. So this is a 4K digital intermediate, and this was shot on 35mm film. And compared to the Blu-ray, this brings a nice increase in detail and depth. There are fine details on close-ups of outfits, on the landscape itself, on close-ups of faces. You could see the stubble and peach fuzz. There is just very good detail here, especially compared to the Blu-ray. Now this was shot on 35mm film, and again, some of these shots are soft, but that looks like it was the director's and cinematographer's intent, because the Blu-ray was the same exact way. Now this does offer a nice increase in sharpness over the Blu-ray as well, so if you're looking to pick up either the Blu-ray or the 4K, I would definitely go for this one just for resolution alone. Now let's get to the HDR, and this definitely isn't the brightest and most colorful movie, but where the HDR really standed out to me was the nighttime scenes where there is more shadow detail and the inky deep blacks were there to show off. Now there were a couple of scenes where I didn't find the blacks so inky. They did appear to be a little gray at some points in the film, so the blacks were a little inconsistent throughout, but the shadow detail definitely helped to make things out, and when there was a more action-packed scene like an explosion or something, it did help with those highlights. Now let's get to the audio quality. So this is sadly just an DTS HD 5.1 mix. We do not get an immersive audio mix, and the 5.1 is good, but I do think that this would help with an immersive mix, especially Dolby Atmos or DTS-X mix. I think the overheads would have been a nice addition, but the 5.1 is really nothing to complain about. So anyway guys, I'm going to personally rate this a day one if you're a fan of Westerns and if you're a fan of this genre as a whole, and otherwise I would say that this is a rent it just to see if you like the story, but the picture quality is very good. It is a significant increase from the Blu-ray. And being them, you could tell significant differences, and I definitely think this is the nicer overall presentation. May it be a little dimmer, but overall nicer presentation. Anyway guys, let me know down below if you saw this movie, what you thought of it, if you plan on picking this up, and I'll see you guys in the next one.